welcome back. I wanted to do a little like styling, fashiony type video for you today. I am going to be talking about midi skirts, which are actually kind of my favourite thing right now. I love a midi skirt very dearly. I have quite a few of them now in my wardrobe, and I think they're a really nice kind of staple. They're also sort of universally wearable in terms of the weather, so you can wear them in summer, and I also think they look great in autumn and winter too, with boots and things like that. So I've picked out a couple of my favourites here to share with you guys, and I'm going to be styling them as well into an outfit, so basically how I would wear these on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, this is a bit of a new-ish kind of video style for me, but I hope you guys like it. So most of these are from the high street, and then I do have one more higher end purchase. I thought I'd keep it kind of like varied across the scale. I'm going to start off with one that I've actually shown you guys a little bit before, but it definitely proved to be very popular. A lot of you guys are really into this one, and it's this really gorgeous terracotta kind of burnt orange coloured midi skirt. This one is from Topshop. So this one was around £32. I'm going to try and remember all the details for you guys. And it's actually a viscose linen blend. So it really does have that like very airy feel of linen, but it's a little bit more weighty and it kind of hangs a bit nicer. It doesn't crease very easily, although it probably looks a little bit creased now because I have been wearing this quite a bit, but it's so flattering the way it kind of falls and sits. It's just a really nice material to have a midi skirt made out of. So this one is buttoned down, of course, with my all-time fave tortoiseshell buttons. A few of you guys have actually been tagging me on Instagram whenever you wear or spot something with tortoiseshell buttons, which I think is just a little bit hilarious. But nonetheless, it has these really gorgeous tortoiseshell buttons that go all the way down to the bottom, so you can kind of keep it a bit more open if you want. You can do less of them up, and it does have this slit at the bottom, as well as a little tie at the waist here. And I really like this detail on it because I think it just makes it a bit more flattering. Sometimes the midi skirts just sort of have a band going across. They're not the most flattering on my waist. I think having a bit of a detail there is always going to look a little bit nicer. It does sort of limit the kind of tops that you can wear with it, but I still think that is a really nice detail. So that is the first midi skirt that I wanted to talk about. So this is what the skirt looks like on. I've decided to wear it today with this little white ribbed crop top. It has this little ribbing and yet more tortoiseshell buttons, can you believe? I think because this is just a block colour, there are so many different things that you could wear with it, but I like the way this little crisp white top looks with it, and I also like the continuation of the buttons. I don't know, that kind of does things for me. This is actually a little bit big for me, this skirt, so I've got it tied up a bit tighter than I probably should do, but it's still so flowy. You can see it just drapes really nicely. I've just got it on with my Saint Laurent sandals as well. As with most midi skirt based outfits, this is super simple. I'm basically just wearing two things, which is one of the reasons I really love wearing them in summer. They're just really quick and easy to throw on. You don't really have to think about an outfit too much. The second one is where we are going into print. I'm not a massive prints wearer. I do polka dots, of course stripes as well, but that is pretty much it. So for me this is quite an out there print, but it's actually the colour of this one that I was super drawn to. It probably looks a bit lighter from further away because it has these little white flowers on it, but when you get a bit closer, it's this like gorgeous maroon colour. So this skirt, which is from Urban Outfitters, did I say that already? This was £39, which I think is a little bit on the higher end of high street. High street prices nowadays confuse me because I think they've all gone up in general. So I think that's kind of a little bit more expensive, but again, I really like this skirt. The material is viscose, so it has a very similar feel to the Topshop one. It's that light, airy, drapey kind of material. This one is actually very different. It has an elasticated waist, which isn't something that I would actively search for when it comes to skirts. Again, because I have hips, it always seems to kind of accentuate that, but not in the best way. But this one I found is actually really, really flattering. I wear it quite high up actually, so maybe that's why. It has a nice slit here in the bottom too. You're not going to be doing an Angelina Jolie here, but I think it's kind of nice to have that openness. It just shows a bit of leg. Doesn't look as blocky sometimes as a longer skirt like this can do. This one I tend to wear mostly with black, or maybe like a lighter colour top. I'm not that adventurous, as I said, with prints, so I like to kind of stick to the basics if I'm going quite extreme with something as statement as this. So this one I've kept a little bit more casual because it is such a bold print. I wanted to keep things a bit more simple and not too overdressed on top. So I've just got this Topshop basic black tee. It's got a little pocket, and I've just knotted this up a little bit to make it into more of a cropped top. So there's just a little bit of something showing. This is mainly for ventilation more than anything, because we know it's pretty hot right now. But I think also if you just had this tucked in, it would work as well. This is just how I like wearing it. So you can see the slit is kind of high when you're walking. It does do that thing where you're thinking, oh my god, am I flashing everybody? But no, it's fine. It definitely still comes up to like an appropriate skirt level. Yeah, this one is a little bit longer actually, but I just really love the way it drapes and flows. I've got it on with black sandals. These are my ATP Atelier sandals, just because I think the black shirt and the black skirt works together. So you can see that this elasticated part, it really doesn't cut in or dig in like some elasticated waistbands can do. So I'm really happy with that. I think the ruffling at the top here, if you can see that, it's just slightly ruffled, makes it way more flattering than just having like an elasticated band straight across. So yeah, this one I really like as well. So the next skirt I have here is probably my favourite of all of them. If I had to choose a favourite, I think it would be this. I think that's down to it being monochrome black, my favourite thing to wear. So this is from Warehouse. This one again was £39 and it's a rayon, so it's a little bit more of like a stiff material. This one I like a lot because I feel like it's a very versatile kind of midi skirt, so you can really cash this up with flats and a little crop top. But I think it looks so good with heels. It's probably the longest of the skirts that I have here. It is still a midi, I'd say, but it definitely comes down sort of mid-ankle-ish height. It has a button down, which isn't probably the most noticeable. You can definitely see it better in real life, but it has some really tiny buttons that go all the way down to the bottom. And then it slits here at the bottom, but it actually slits twice. So there's one on one side and one on the other, and I think that gives it such a nice kind of evening-y look when you are wearing it with a nice pair of heels or shoes or something like that. I really like polka dots a lot, but I feel like they have to be the right polka dot. These ones are really small and they're not super precise in the way they're printed, which I think makes such a difference. The one difficulty with this one is probably the waistband. So because it is that rayon and there's not a lot of give here, I do find that it's slightly bigger around my waist than it is around my hips. So it's a bit tighter, and then there's a tiny little bit of excess around the waistband. Could probably just fix that by moving the button or using a little safety pin or something like that, but that is something that I'm yet to get around to. But despite that, I really love this one. So I have definitely styled this one in a way that I would wear it more so for an evening. This is the sort of thing that I'd wear on like a Friday night or something like that. You can see this is really the longest of the skirts, but then the double slits here, so that one and that one. I just love the way that it shows a little pop of leg, but it's not too high, so it's just kind of as you're walking. I think that's a really cool little detail. So I have this on with a linen shirt. Linen shirts are just one of my favorite things to wear in summer. They're super versatile, and I think they can be worked into any outfit. This is one from M&S last year, I think, but they do a very similar version every year. I just got it tied up instead of buttoned, so it's a bit more cropped. Again, I like the way that the cropped things look with the midi skirts, and having a little bit of a gap here just breaks everything up. Because this is quite a long pattern skirt. This is a really oversized shirt as well, so I think that kind of like baggy, more casual look just works really well with this quite dressy sort of skirt. But then I do have it on with dressy shoes. These are amazing. These are heels that are sort of like lace up. These are from Topshop, and they're kind of like a block heel, super comfortable, really easy to walk in, but I think they just look amazing. These are definitely my summer heels for sure. I think this might actually be my favorite outfit, so this is one that I think I'm going to be repeating quite often. Okay, so the final skirt that I have to show you guys today is a little bit more of a steep jump in terms of price, but it is because it's a silk skirt. I can't tell you how incredibly gorgeous this feels. It's literally amazing. So this is from Ganni, and it was £210. Now I know I just said I'm not a massive print person, but this season I have been so into leopard print, and it's something that always comes around again. So I feel like investing a little bit more in a piece that I know I can probably wear for a long long time to come is better than spending my money on something completely trend-based. I think leopard print is always a classic, so it'll come back around again, and I'm sure I'll be wearing this skirt for a long time to come. It's difficult finding leopard print as well that I really like. There's so many different styles and different patterns. This one is kind of more of a subtle colour, so it's not too bright, which I really like. It's just a nice kind of like muted leopard. And the actual skirt itself is such a beautiful cut. So it's very different to the others in that it has a zip at the back, but then it also ties here at the top, so you can tie that into a bow. I've just got it loose, this tie here, so it's a little bit longer. I like the way that looks. And then this one actually has a slit down the front. There is a zipper here which is really well hidden, so you can make this slit as big or as small as you like. You can even close it up completely so it's not there, and I think that having that kind of personalization is really, really great. For me, I really like the way that leopard print teams with something quite casual on the top, so like a slogan tee or just a very kind of loose oversized t-shirt. But again, I feel like you can dress this up and make it amazing, like a black body with it, something like that. There's just quite a few different things I could see myself wearing this with. So I've gone a little bit different with this outfit. This is way, way more casual, and I feel like a skirt this potentially very dressy because it is silk. I think it just works a bit better when it's more of a casual vibe. So I've got this oversized white t-shirt on with it. This is a Saint Laurent t-shirt that I picked up in the Net-a-Porter sale because there's no way I was going to pay full price for something like that, but I do love it. It's like the perfect kind of vintagey looking shirt. The oversized is perfect as well. It's not too big and baggy, but I like the way it pairs with this skirt. You can kind of see at the front here how I've got the little ties, quite loose, but you can do those up in a bow or a knot or something like that. You kind of get quite a few different options with that. And then I've got it sort of zipped halfway, so it's not as high as it can go, although I don't know if you'd go any higher than this. But it does also go all the way down, so you can have it more like a pencil skirt. That could be quite cool with some black heels to be a bit more dressy. I've just gone for my Supergas. I can't say that word, I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna learn how to pronounce it, I'm gonna look it up. This is actually an outfit I love. This is the kind of thing that I would wear on a weekend. You could really easily just throw on a pair of more dressy shoes with this too and really change the vibe of it. Yeah, I just really, really like the way all these pieces go together. So that is the final skirt. So guys, that is my little roundup of midi skirts that I'm really loving this season. I hope you like this video. Let me know if you'd like me to do this with something different, maybe some wrap dresses, or what else are we wearing a lot? Anything that's kind of on trend at the moment. I think it's cool to kind of try and pick out a few different things of the same type, if that makes sense. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to leave all the details of everything I featured down below. So all these skirts and all the other bits and bobs that I was wearing, everything is going to be linked down there if you guys are interested. So that is it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.